I don't really like sitting around doing nothing, but being patient and quiet for something like this is definitely worth it. It was really an honor this year to be invited to the Waterfowl Media Hunt put on by Sure Shot Game Calls in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. It's an event that attracts media by invitation only from all across North America. And these are media from the outdoor sector, from the hunting and fishing sector, and obviously from the off-road sector. The event itself is sponsored by Remington, so we were shooting Remington shotguns and using Remington ammunition. It was sponsored by Polaris, so we were riding Polaris side-by-sides, and it was hosted by Northway Outfitters, which is a very well-known outfitter in this area. We'd been promised birds, everything from Canada and snow geese to about 18 different types of ducks, so I was pretty excited. Over the course of the day, I managed to get 5 birds, which was less than what traditionally a person would get in this location, but I was feeling pretty good about it because that's the most I've ever gotten a day. But the big one for me, and as a Canadian, this probably sounds really backwards, but was the Canada goose. What is that?
Take it, it's Canada.
Man, I was within 5 inches of that thing. I remember thinking, I hit it, but it didn't go down, and so I kind of gave up and was discouraged. But in actual fact, I did get it. That's a Canada right there? That is the best news I've heard all day. I always wanted to kill one of those, crapping on my lawn all the time. You know, it was a pretty long morning in the blind, so when the time came, you know, we packed up and headed back to our Ranger in the boat. And I mean, I felt pretty good that I got 5 birds. I felt pretty accomplished there, but realistically, we didn't get as many as we should have. However, there was more hunting to be done on this trip. For the afternoon, though, once we got back, we unloaded our birds, we jumped in our Ranger. Remington was putting on a skeet shoot with new Versamax shotguns and all the ammo we could handle, and that was really exciting. So we headed out immediately and went to that event. Skeet shooting is something I love to do, and I go through stages of being good at it and being really terrible at it. And to say that there was pressure on this one was an understatement. I mean, we were lined up with dozens of media who are avid hunters and avid skeet shooters who do it competitively in some cases. And here I am with a new shotgun I never fired. But I actually impressed myself. I you know, not to brag, but I was doing really well. Pretty much impossible to know who hits them, but we'll just all take credit for it at the same time, right? Better than I was doing when they were live birds. And it was super fun to be lined up with all these people, you know, varying skill levels. I think I went through like 250 rounds or something. I mean, I'd been up super early that morning at 3 a.m. I was exhausted, so I just went to the grass and laid down and had to lay down for a bit and relaxed and watched other people shoot. Day 1 of this Waterfowl Media Conference put on by Sure Shot Game Calls was awesome, but we had a lot more in store for day 2. So for our trail ride day, the vehicle that we were going to be in was actually one that we haven't been able to test yet, and it's a newer model, the Ranger XP 1000 Crew. We had a couple extra people. A good friend of ours from the off-road world, Rick Sotheby, was riding with us. We all piled in this Ranger, and it was super comfortable. I mean, everything you could possibly want out of a group ride with a side-by-side. It was comfortable, it was fast, it handled great, it was completely capable for sure, and definitely showcased the capabilities of the Ranger 1000 XP better than I think anything else could have.
We see these types of events as a long-term commitment. It really speaks to what our customers are doing with our vehicles, and it really is the intersection of the work and recreation and the full lifestyle of how customers use our vehicles. So it's important for us to be involved in this space just to support that activity, but also to make sure that we're close to what our customers are using the vehicles for. The Ranger Crew is a great vehicle for hunting. It allows you to take the full party out, up to 6 adults in the cab, and plenty of room with a full cargo box to stow your gear, your guns, and get out to the hunting site, and then get back in comfort as well. And of course, since it's a Ranger, you can cover any kind of terrain that you might encounter. whether it be trails or great wide open spaces.
It gives you the utility that you need as a rancher or as somebody who's going to be in this environment to do the jobs you need to do to get, supplies and stuff into your animals, your livestock. And then we proved that it's also an incredible trail riding machine. I was comfortable, I was happy, it handled great, it's got more than enough power. It's just an awesome all-round machine for pretty much anything you could want to do with it. After a great day riding Ranger XP 1000 cruise, it was time to do our afternoon hunt for day 2. And obviously not having got up as early this morning, I was much more rested and much more excited about this hunt. We went back out to the same lake that we were at before, but we went to a different location. This time the sun was going to be at our backs, the birds would be flying at us. And again, we were promised unlimited birds, just swarms of birds. Well, it seems that the dirt tracks curse followed us again that afternoon, as it always seems to. I mean, yes, you're hunting animals and animals are unpredictable. You're trying to anticipate their behavior when you're hunting and you don't always get it right. So it's kind of more of a game of chance than anything else. I was using my Sure Shot game call, had my Remington already, and I'm not much of a bird caller, but I was doing my best.
I should stick to the shooting.
And scare them away.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was because of the calling that this bird flew in, I don't know, but one of them flew up and I took a few shots with my Remington, and I thought for sure I saw it fly over and then land behind us.
You think it's dead?
Well, it's over there in that bay right back there, and it didn't look real happy when it landed.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it, that white spot out there?
No, it's to the left more. It's kind of floated back into the left. But when it landed, it had
Oh, I
its...
see it. It's swimming right there. Correct?
Yeah, like it was just kind of puttering around.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe I'd got it and had landed, but it didn't. Our guide went and looked for it and he didn't find it. Just before we were ready to pack up, this was basically the only action we'd had all day. These 2 little ducks flew in, I popped up, took my shots, the guy beside me took some shots, and he got one, I got one, and that was it for the whole day. But it was still a really good time. We still had lots of fun, we had lots of laughs, our guide is hilarious, told amazing stories. I got to visit with the guys in the blind, which was nice.
Is that the right one? What does that sound?
I don't know. This 2018 Waterfowl Media Conference put on by Sure Shot Game Calls was really a unique experience. Definitely put me in situations I normally wouldn't have put myself in. I got to hang out with friends of mine from the media, and spend some time with them. We got to ride Rangers, which was fun. It's always fun riding side-by-sides, and basically just get into my comfort zone and do different things that I'm used to. It was great that Polaris thought of us and recommended us as one of the off-road media to be invited to this event, and I certainly hope that they'll invite us back next year to whatever the 2019 Waterfowl Media Conference will be.